right, so window open folders in new window controls whether folders should open in a new window or replace the last active window. Note that there can still be cases where the setting is ignored, like when you use the new window or the reuse window flags in command line options. Okay, so by default, we have three options here, default, off, and on. And by default, folders will open in a new window unless a folder is picked from within the application. And the description is not very precise, but if you open a folder from within the application, it will replace the current folder. Okay, so this is the default option. This is what comes. Well, the option is called default, and it is the default option, but that's not the case here. This option is actually called the default, but the default is actually the off, which is what I'm going to leave it with. Okay, so the default option is actually the default. Ugh, yeah, I guess it's not a very good idea to call one of these options the default, but whatever. Okay, so let's see how this works. If we open a folder, so we have the testing folder opened, right, the repository. Let's open my website. And notice that we don't have another instance of VS Code. We just have the same instance, but the folder was replaced. Okay. So that's how that works. If we open a folder from the outside, let's see how that works. So let's go, so we have my website open, let's open testing. And actually to open this, let's go to the command line. So let's do code insiders. And I'm using the VS Code's CLI, and I'm using the insiders version. That's why I have to write code insiders instead of just code. So let's open, actually let's cd into YouTube auto upload and then code insiders this folder. And if we do that, now we have two instances. Okay, pretty cool. We have the previous instance where we had my website opened, and now we have this new instance with YouTube auto upload, which is another repository. Okay. So this is the default. Then we have off, which means folders will always replace the last active window. So if we set this to off, actually let's close this out. Okay, now we only have one instance. And whatever we do, we're always going to replace the last active window. So if we try and do that again, this is going to be replaced with that new folder. And it's just, we're on this, we're still with one instance of VS Code. Okay, and then we have the third option, which is on. Folders will always open in a new window. So if we try and open the folder again, actually, I guess we should go to some other repo. And it's going to open a second instance. And there we go, we have two instances. All right, so what option is actually most useful here? I don't usually open folders from within Finder or the console, but for sure I would not use the off option because that would be replacing the last active Windows folders, and I don't want that. Always opening in a new window might not be useful either. So because this option means that even if you open a file from within here, right, you're still going to have, let's open my website, another instance, and you don't want that. I mean, if you're opening a new file, a new folder here, you probably would just want to replace this one, right? Otherwise, you just add folder to workspace, which is what I usually do. So actually, I think the default option, which is default, is actually the best one here. So I'm going to leave this one like so.